Namaskar, Ji. Namaskar to all. Today, I just wanted to reflect during my journey these simple words that came during my journey: creator, creation, and content. At first glance, they seem very unrelated, but if we understand them deeply, the entire spiritual journey is hidden within these three words. Look around yourself. Look around where you live. We see trees, we see mountains, birds, beautiful flowers, animals, stars in the sky, people in the neighborhood. The entire universe is a creation. Whenever we see a painting, we naturally think of painter. Whenever we see a building, we think of an architect who built that building. Whenever we read a good book, we think of who is the author, right? Yet, when we look at this vast universe, we become fascinated by the creation. And do we instantly ask who created, who is the creator? Spiritually, it begins with this simple question, and this simple question has to arise naturally, not out of fear, not out of tradition, not out of any compulsions, but with the genuine curiosity. But there is another interesting thing. Most of our lives we spend are becoming something and attached to the creation. We become attached to names, we become attached to forms, we become attached to our positions, our relationships, our possessions, our achievements, and slowly we forget that everything we see is changing. The body changes, thoughts change, we call it maturity, right? Relationships change, circumstances change. Everything in creation is moving. Nothing stays the same. That is why sages and saints in Bhagavad Gita Upanishad repeatedly pointed towards the creator of this creation. Not because creation is wrong, but because creation is absolutely 100% temporary. The creator who is eternal. Just like as water, right? The waves, the bubble, the ocean, yet it's water. In the same way, we appear in countless forms in creation, yet essence remains one. Now let us come to the third word, content. In today's world, content usually takes your mind towards making content for videos, for podcasts, for books, for social media posts. But spirituality content has a very deep meaning. It means what fills your consciousness, what occupies your mind all day, what are you consuming internally? Because whatever content fills your awareness eventually shapes your life. If the mind is constantly filled with comparison, the fear and anger and judgment keep coming up in our naturally, right? It becomes your habit. That becomes your reality of life. If the mind is filled with gratitude, self-inquiry, compassion, and awareness, then that also becomes your reality. The content you hold within determines the quality of your experience. Many people know a lot about spirituality. It's filled up. They have read scriptures, listened to countless talks, memorized all the teachings within this accumulated spiritual content. But spirituality is not about collecting more content at all. It's about discovering the creator. There is a difference. Knowledge can fill the mind, but truth transforms the being. Imagine someone standing beside a river, carrying a book about water. They can describe water, they can describe the currents of water, they can describe all the thermodynamics about the flow of this energy, the chemistry, its properties. Yet, if another person drinks the water, the person who drinks the water knows the truth. The one with information, it does not know the truth. Similarly, spirituality is not merely collecting information about the Creator. It is direct experience of the presence that already exists within. As many saints have pointed out, the distance between the seeker and the sought is not physical. It is only the distance of misunderstanding. When attention turns inward, a beautiful realization begins to emerge. The Creator is not separate from creation at all. The same life force that moves through the trees is moving through me, through you. The same intelligence that causes a flower to bloom is beating your heart. The same presence that sings through the birds is expressing itself through every living being, you and me as well. Then spirituality stops being a belief. It becomes your own living experience. And slowly, another transformation happens. You stop seeing life as me versus the world. You begin to see interconnectedness. The tree is no longer just a tree. The bird is no longer just a bird. Another human being is no longer a stranger. Everything becomes part of the same living creation. This is the spirit behind Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family, and it's not just a slogan, but as a realization. So perhaps the spiritual journey can be summarized very simple. We start fascinated by the creation, then we become curious about the Creator, and finally become careful about the content we carry within. Because the content of our consciousness either takes us closer to the truth or deeper into the distraction. The ultimate invitation of spirituality is not merely to admire creation, not merely to discuss creation, but discover that the essence of the Creator is already present within creation and within yourself. And when that discovery happens, there is less seeking, less confusion, and a quiet sense of completeness. Creator, creation, and content. 3 simple words, but one complete journey. Namaskar.